Thursday, um, September 8th, 2022, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. As you can see, I'm on the road. No excuses. We just keep showing up and doing this. Hopefully their sound and everything works. If it doesn't, well, we've got plan B. And of course, immediately following this show, we're going to do our live college football weekly preview. Chris, myself, and Ron Romanelli. Chris, what's happening?
Not much. I'm ready. Football season finally upon us. So it seems appropriate that we had such a small MLB card. Let the NFL take center stage, but still some meat on the bone. Like you said, we're still going to show up and talk about it regardless. I'm excited. I'm excited for the college football show as well.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I know I enjoyed it last week doing it with you, so I don't have any setup for you here as far as your backdrop. So we're gonna have to just be creative, and tomorrow we'll get in. We'll brick you. That's what we're gonna do. Find some bricks. But yeah, I'm kind of I always like when I travel to try and put together these makeshift sets. It is what it is. You can see I have these plugs all behind me. I'm kind of trying. It's like I think I'm like the only guy it's like I always get pulled over in the airport at the scan because it's like I have lighting and like multiple laptops and cameras and all sorts of stuff and stuff that they're not used to seeing going through and all the. I think it's mostly the cords that throw them off. It's like the pointing. I could see them on the screen pointing to all the cords wrapping around and the thing. But at least they're checking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I make do with what's in the hotel room so that I'm terrified of the airport security. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use the lamps for lighting in the room. I'll stack it on top of a couple books in the room for the height and just work with it.
Yeah, it's like you kind of you get it done. It's like I used to belong to a live streaming group, and I'm still friends with people in the group. I love those guys, but it's like they're so ridiculous about their setups that it's like, it really is about the content at the end of the day. It's it's less to do with the setup and more to do with the content.
Yeah.
So that's what we're always going to focus on. And we've got, not too many games today, so we're going to do the show's going to be fairly quick. The premium is going to be just, premium VIP combo. Like I said, we just don't have a lot to go over here, but we always find something to talk about. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit tired today. Chris knows. I'm usually a little crabby when I had to fly coach. It's like I was on a plane that didn't have a first class section.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's coach JetBlue. Never flown it before. Oh well, it happens. I'm here. I'm safe. All is good. We've got NFL football tonight, and this one is really interesting. Seems like we have it's the kickoff game of the season, so there's a lot going on here. You have to remember that there's a lot going on outside of the actual game that's like on the field, and a lot of this affects both teams. And the trends. It seems to me that when the public seems to be all over the Bills and the under. They're just smothering this thing. The Bills and the under. The Bills and the under. The Bills and the under. It's all I hear. And you have a Rams team that's 7-1 at home last year, 7-1 to the under, at home last year, and I think they've won like 10 straight home openers or something like that outright. And you have a Bills team that just seems to always come up short in these big games. It's just it's one of those type of games, and I think that you can, you could make a case either way, right? I mean, it's week one. It's two of the best teams in the league that we know are going to be two of the best teams. The defending Super Bowl champions. They have the best defensive player, right, on their team. against, the up and coming, the guy who they say is going to be the guy, right? Allen, who, we loved him in the draft, and he's been a guy that we've been on the whole time, and I would say we were ahead of the curve on him. But now, I don't know, man. Do you go into Los Angeles and bust up the Super Bowl champs? I mean, is that just? I mean, am I missing something here? It's like, what am I missing here, Chris? That everybody in the world is on the Bills in this thing.
I think it's just that for the first time since I think it was 1992, the Bills opened the season as the Super Bowl favorite, and I think a lot of people see that and think that maybe there's going to be a changing of the guard. Maybe that, because I think Matthew Stafford was still dealing with some injury issues in the offseason, but I don't think the Rams would trot him out here if he wasn't 100% ready to go. But I do think this is going to be a fairly back and forth game. I think this is going to be a spot where I'm going to target a lot of player props to kick off the season. One I really like though is Allen Robinson over in the receiving yards. I think the Bills' focus on defense is going to be all over Cooper Kupp in this one and trying to slow him down. Now, why you're not going to leave him on an island? Tre'Davious White, Buffalo star corner on the PUP list to start the year. The Bills right now extremely thin at cornerback, and I think if you don't think Kupp's going to thrive, I think Robinson's going to see a heavy workload in his Rams debut. I love the Allen Robinson over in the receiving yards.
I think the Bills are 0-1,000,000 against Super Bowl teams, right? Something like that.
They might be.
It's something like that. It's something ridiculous. So a lot of, can they get the, can they get, what do they call it again? Exercise the demons, right? Exercise the demons. Just not 100% sold on it. That's for damn sure. I gave out the over in my video. The betting tool said under, so I had to give out under in the betting tool show. I had to explain it to everybody because some people, they don't understand the betting tool show that I'm just reading off of a card, right? That I write down. I go to the betting tools, and I even show the card, right? And I say I go to the betting tools. I write down these picks in my hieroglyphics handwriting, right? And then I just read them to you on the show. They're not my picks. These picks come from the betting tools. So I might disagree. I might agree. It's like, but they're not my picks. So it's like in today's, it's like I thought it was a good opportunity to explain that to everybody in more detail because I knew I was on the over for the game, and I knew the betting tools were on the under. Generally, good teams, right? Defense wins championships. Generally, you think under, right? But I don't know, man. You got a lot of playmakers on these teams. This is a good game. If this was on a Sunday, I wouldn't go near this thing with a 10-foot pole, But it's not Sunday, and I am going closer to it than a 10-foot pole. Anyways. Any other thing else you got to say about this thing? I have a premium pick on the side.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic game. It's a great game to start the year. The NFL usually gets these season opening games right, and I think this year is no different.
I think that they're always super competitive, right? Even last year, Tampa Bay, Dallas, a game that didn't look as competitive on paper. Certainly came out very, very competitive.
Yeah, I think I agree. And then you get Tampa Bay. I think they're running that game back this year as well, aren't they? Week 1.
Yeah, Sunday night, but this year it's in Dallas. Last year was in Tampa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still think it's still going to be another great game. Those high profile games usually are, especially early on in the season, the spotlight ones.
So for people who don't understand your show, you're telling them to bet under. I'm not telling them to bet under. I like the over. I think Chris likes the under. You like the under?
No, I like the over.
I like the over. I'm on the over. I'm on the square side. The over. The over is the square play. But I just, when I think about this, I just think about that Rams-Chiefs game a few years ago. I just can't get that out of my head because I could see this being the same thing. And the Chiefs Bills, right? I mean, those games are like Rams Chiefs, Chiefs Bills, right? Aren't those games like 150 points?
Something like that.
I think it was the third highest scoring game of all time. This Bills coach, he hasn't gotten them to the promised land or over the hump. You think he's one of these guys that just can get you to the door, but can't kick the door down?
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Well, I didn't say that. I said he can get you to the door and kick the door.
I'm saying that.
I didn't say anything about bridesmaid. It's like not in today's world. You don't say anything about anybody.
No, fair enough. But yeah, no, it's always been for me, cases see it and then I'll believe it. But they have the pieces there. It's just a matter of how many teams that we've seen gone in as that early preseason Super Bowl favorite that failed to live up to expectations. They may make the playoffs, but they won't finish the job. So I don't know. We'll have to see how the Buffalo Bills fare.
See how they fare.
Yep.
Is it fair to say that?
Yeah, whether it's fair or
I don't
not.
have my soundboard to hit the buttons.
But
I could have brought it. I could have done it. Yeah, I don't enjoy traveling. I gotta say. But anyways, I'm excited really about the college football show. Those of you that didn't see it earlier this week, we did a great NFL show. Jay Briggs, myself, Al McMorty. Jay Briggs is going to do the halftime with me tonight. Sunday, we'll have to figure it out if I can make it back here to do the show from here and have Jay with me. If he's not with me, then I will do it myself. I'll do it with this thing. So I got an email from this company, right? And they asked me about their product, right? And this is an awesome product, right? This case that I got from my iPhone. And you guys can't see it probably too well, but it's like a wood case, which is not really my thing. And it's got the rubber around the end, so it's not like, you drop it, it's going to crack. But it's got the rubber, so it's like, it is a very protective case. But the thing that it has is a great pocket, which I like to put all my credit cards in here and stuff. It's kind of my purse, right? My man purse, right? It's this. But I've had those in the past that you get them from secondary, and then they just get stretched out, and then you change it. But this one is really, really nice. So I had nothing but nice things to say about them. And then they sent me the coupon after I bought it. I hate that. It's like, get 15% off your next one. Well, I'm going to buy another iPhone case or something. It's like I had my other one, my last one. I get one per phone. That's it. I'm not like one of these new iPhone case every week. It's Tuesday. This is my Tuesday iPhone case. It's like, why do you send me the coupon after I've already bought it? Especially when you have such a good product. They didn't like my swearing. So I don't like your freaking marketing tactics. How about that? I always say that. I don't like your swearing. Tough shit. That's not really what I say. I always say that. The other one, it rhymes with luck. Something like that. Let's go to Major League Baseball, Chris. It's going to be that kind of show. Got just a few games today. And what are you selling?
Well, today for me, I got a pair of $15 plays. I got my $15 play for the Thursday night game tonight, as well as my normal $15 MLB pickoff play. Got back on track with the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. Hoping to go back to back today, but so if you want something long term, hop on it, especially the week, because now the week's going to get you full college football and NFL weekend and some baseball thrown in there as well. So it's your best value. Use that promo code WIN15.
I got my $15 big play for baseball. I also got my NFL play. It's $15 today too. Not going to always do that. Probably going to go back to just one $15 play day. I'm not sure. Let's see. I kind of did it on Saturday with one NFL or one college and one MLB. And Sunday though, I think I'm just going to do an NFL 15. I like it with just one $15 play. That's kind of like the entry level, the low thing, and then for everybody else, it's like, regular pricing, or at least, I think our prices are always fair to begin with. Plus, we have the discount code, the Win 15. This is my John Travolta Win 15 promotion. We should get like a Johnny Travolta to do it.
You're gonna get just like a soundtrack to play behind you.
Cardinals are playing the Nationals, 1:15 Eastern Time start. Adam Wainwright gets the ball in this one, and he's up against Josiah Gray. Gray, of course, the king of the day game. Chris, what do you think of this beauty?
You know what? I was gonna say it does seem like a perfect storm for Josiah Gray to have a good outing here, and I mean, look at what the Nationals have done in the first 3 games of the series. I think they're 3-0 on the run line in this series, but at least they've covered 2 of the games on the run line. I don't think today's going to be that day, though. I think the Cardinals finally going to have that breakthrough game. As much as I like Josiah Gray and he could spin a solid outing here, what was once a solid play of Josiah Gray on the run line, they've now lost 4 straight team starts by Gray. 3 of those have come by at least 2 runs. I just think the Cardinals are due for a performance where they really put the hammer down on their opponent, and I think it's probably going to be that day for the Nationals after St. Louis has all the momentum after that comeback yesterday. So give me the Cardinals run line.
I like the under for me in this one. I think Josiah Gray day game and Adam Wainwright and the Cardinals. We are in the home stretch here. Football is starting. It's kind of, this is the home stretch for baseball. So time for the jerk to go. It's like, yeah, Chris, you miss a lot of games. Yeah, me too. You know why? Because we give out a lot of games. We don't just sit here and take. I mean, what a punk this guy is. It's like I'm not even gonna give him the time of day. I'm done talking about him. But anyways, we go back to this game, and Wainwright certainly is the leader of this Cardinals team, and he is the heart and soul, and of the team. So I think you could rely on him, but at the same time, Josiah Gray in day games, just not a place that I want to be against. Chris beat me to the punch. He's gonna ban his ass. It's like, who's in the mood for that? This jerk. What a 2-year-old. I have a guy that's harassing me on. I got a guy that's harassing me like nonstop for like a few years now. His name is Drew Fox. He's like harassing. I don't even know what he wants. He's like, the thing about like these trolls, I don't even know what they want. So what I do is I look at their LinkedIn page and I find out who their employer is, and I send them all the stuff that this guy's doing, that these people are doing. And say, this is who works for you. Let's see what happens. It's like, I'm sick of this guy. He's like enough. It's like at a certain point, it's like, you want to call me this or something. It's like whatever. But it's like, you gotta have a point you want something, because enough is enough. I'm not gonna sit here and be your pinata. That's for damn sure. It's not what this is about. I'm just some guy on YouTube making pics. Right? I mean, that's really, at the end of the day, that's what this is, right? I mean, I don't understand it. And this guy, it's like, you missed a lot of picks. Yeah, you get a ton right, too, right? You didn't say that. Jackass. You won yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'm anti-jerk. We've got Cubs versus Reds. Adrian Sampson up against Luis Cessa. It's the wind blowing in at Wrigley, because it better be, or else it's going to be there for a long, long time. Oh boy, crosswind to left. Yeah, over. First 5 over, and throwing the Yurfie. Can you believe it was the Marlins that got the Yurfie yesterday in that Phillies game, Chris?
I was a little bit surprised, but I was like, you know what? another year if you with Trevor Rogers on the hill. It doesn't matter how they come as
He
long as
goes
it does.
anywhere near. He goes anywhere near a baseball field. It's like Yurfie. The juice on the Yurfie goes to the moon. But in this one, the Cubs and the Reds, it's Sessa up against Adrian Sampson.
Yeah, I think you could still go with the year for year, but I'm with you. I like the over. I think Luis Sessa, he has been semi-capable since rejoining the rotation. We started to see the workload increase for Sessa a little bit, but there's still the Chicago Cubs that can, they still have some solid pieces. Ian Happ, Nico Horner, and these are still major league players that can club the ball, especially with that crosswind out to left field. So I think we got an over here as well.
Here's a comment that makes no sense. Are the Yankees and Dodgers taking their foot off the gas until they've locked up a playoff spot? That to me makes no sense whatsoever. You do not see professional teams or college teams or anybody take their foot off the gas. It just does not happen. The Yankees are a poorly managed team, and when you get into crunch time, that's where that stuff comes front and center. And I think that's what the problem with the Yankees is. The Yankees were overachieving with that pitching staff over the first half of the season, but since the All-Star break, they've been falling to pieces. I hardly think that they've taken their foot off the gas. I just don't think that they have what it takes maybe to get across the finish line. I think is more the issue, and it's the same thing with the Mets. A bad manager will cost you games. A good manager will win you 10 games a year. A bad manager will cost you 10. And I think that's what we're seeing with the Mets, losing to the Nationals and the Pirates in crunch time with the Braves breathing down their neck. Now it's like the clamps are on. They're going to get passed, and they're going to have to play in a wild card game. It's really unfortunate because they're going to have to play in a wild card game with a better record than a division winner, right? So it's like they would have, They get really being the number one wild card team is really not such a great deal because they would have gotten a bye in the first round, like the Braves will get when they win that division. But I don't think teams take their foot off the gas. It does. The Yankees are beat up. How are they beat up? Aaron Judge is in the line. I mean, every team has injuries. Every team is. We're not going to sit here and make excuses for the New York freaking Yankees. Oh, Stanton's injured. He bats .210. He bats .210. That's really what the story is. Not saying no. It's like it's always this apology, right? Yeah, I mean the Dodgers missing Walker Buehler. They lost Corey Seager in free agency. Whatever. They got 94 freaking wins. Clayton Kershaw's a shell of what he's been. He's missed a good portion of the season too. Trevor Bauer, a guy they were counting on to be there for this season, hasn't even never going to play again, right? It's like, where's the excuses there?
And it wasn't reasonable to think they were going to be able to keep that pace up, the Yankees.
Yeah, but Aaron Boone sucks. I mean, no truer words have been spoken. Sucks. Anyways, I like the Reds here also against the Cubs as well as the over. How about you?
I tell you how you really feel. Sending Aaron Boone a fruit basket.
We got the Brewers and the Giants. A series, a game so crappy of two teams that don't want to win that they're going to play it twice just to make sure that we remember that. Because both these teams have had chances this season, and both these teams have really not taken advantage of anything. What do you think in Game 1 here, Chris, of the Brewers with Corbin Burns up against the Giants?
Yeah, I tend to lean towards the Brewers here. I just think the Brewers are the better team. Corbin Burns is still going to be the staff ace here, and you bring him in for spots like this where you need a win against a struggling Giants team. I also expect it to be a lower scoring game as well, but I still think that the Brewers end up on the right side of it and get themselves a much needed win in the wild card race.
Yeah, I think the Brewers, there is no tomorrow, but the Giants, the Giants are like the White Sox. They win when you think they're not going to win, and then they don't win. I like the over in this thing. The overs have been hitting like crazy in Milwaukee. Let's go to the next game. I'm sick of this one already. We got the Phillies taking on the Marlins. Kyle Gibson up against Sandy Alcantara, and Gibson is favored in this thing. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Sandy all day and twice on Thursdays. I like the Marlins first five. I like the Marlins first five. I like the Phillies first five under. And yeah, write it in. Sandy, and more Sandy up against Kyle Gibson. I'm insulted.
I will say I do like the under. I would maybe, I would consider maybe buying it up to 7.5 to avoid the push. Because you look at Gibson and Alcantara, their starts between each other this season against the opposing team, majority finished at or under 7, and I think under 7.5 could be the way to go. But I'm with you. I think the value is on the Marlins here. Just a matter of scoring. But if Sandy Alcantara could throw another gem, the Marlins may only need 1 or 2 runs. So I'm with you. I like the under, and I like the Marlins for the value.
Go to our next game. Yankees taking on the Twins. The Twins now 1-78 at Yankee Stadium. After yesterday, they acted like they were going to try and win the first game, but no. Nah. They're just like, forget it. It's like, we tried. Forget it. We're done. And then game 2 was ridiculous as well. So the Twins, it's kind of a little bit of a low line here, considering how bad Sonny Gray was when he was with the Yankees. So we know he has a lot of experience losing in Yankee Stadium. Chris, Nestor Cortez Jr., not one of our favorite guys, that's for sure. Maybe an over here, or just a straight nerfy. What do you think?
No, I'm still sticking with the Yankees here for me. Way to
stick that neck out.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, 100%. But I think the line being low here is just a product of Nestor Cortez not being in the rotation for a couple of weeks. His first start back in, I believe, 15 days, maybe a little bit more. But I still think he's the more reliable starter here, and the Twins are just falling apart when they got within a game of the they tied the Guardians at the top, and now they're starting to fall off again. And I'm not a Sonny Gray fan, so I'll lean towards the Yankees here. Keep that streak going.
I'm going to go with the nerfy in this one. I just think it just looks like a nerfy game to me, and I think from there on, all bets are off. As far as nerfies or any of that other stuff, I think we'll see some shenanigans and monkey business as well. Got the Brewers taking on the Giants. Game 2. One game of disappointing underachievers wasn't good enough for us today. They just figured, well, people are going to tune out and watch the NFL in an hour anyway. We'll just see if we can slide this one in and pretend it didn't happen. Freddie Peralta back on the mound for this one. He was a strikeout machine a year ago, but this year he's been an injury machine, and then from there he really hasn't done all that much either. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if game 1 doesn't come in under the total, I think game 2 will. I think Freddie Peralta, like you said, the strikeout numbers haven't been there. The lowest strikeout per 9 numbers pretty much of his career. But I still think he's the better starter here. I haven't seen a confirmed starter for the Giants here, but I still like Peralta in this spot. I think this is a bit of a get-right spot for him, and the Giants continue to struggle, so I'll lean towards the Brewers. I'll lean towards the under as well.
I'm going to take the Giants in this one, spite alone. We go to our final game of the night. It's the White Sox and the A's. The A's wheel out J.P. Sears for this beauty, and Dylan Cease last time out, 1 out away from a no-hitter. It's been Dylan Cease and everyone else in this White Sox pitching staff in Oakland. 22 home wins, though. 22-46. Not quite 33%, but they could be if they really applied themselves. They got time. Let's see, 68, so they got 13 more home games, including tonight.
Running out of chances. It's I'm going to take the under in this one. As much as J.P. Sears, is playing for the Oakland A's, he's still a solid pitcher. I think he's going to be a nice piece for them in the years to come. expect this to be a low-scoring game. Don't know how long he's going to be able to match zeros with Dylan Cease, but I think this is just going to be a lower-scoring game. So I like the under in this one.
I like the White Sox. I like the A's first 5 under. I like the White Sox first 5, and kind of everything else in between. I'm going to go with the full catalog here for the White Sox in this game. Probably lay the run line and maybe even extend it. All right, brings us to parlay time here on NFL opening night. I wish they would have had a full game of baseball here. I like the way that baseball generally opens like March Madness, right? And then they kind of play, in between all that stuff. They don't. They certainly don't back down from them. But today, in this one, the Rams build more important than an entire Major League Baseball schedule. Just shows you the pecking order of things. What do you like as your parlay?
Parlay, I'll go Cardinals run line, under 7.5, Marlins, Phillies, and I'll go with the Yankees on the money line.
Yeah. So it's Stephen Clows bashing our picks on this, saying, bold pick, taking the White Sox minus 195. What else is there to pick? I mean, I'm the underdog guy, right? It's like, what else is there to pick? Okay? What else is there? Come on, hero boy. What else is there to pick? What else is there? It's like, I'm missing it, right? Chris? I mean.
Yeah. I struggled big time. I struggled to really dig stuff out. It's hard. There's not going to be value on every single game.
I mean, I've spent all season giving out value, but it's like,
yeah,
I don't see it, and it's like, I'm not so I'll just give out a losing pick. It's like, I don't understand some people, it's like, instead of, making a pick or saying something or, in a way that's kind of like would make some sense. Is it just you're just trying to take a pot shot at me? You feel better about yourself? Is that what that is? It makes you feel like you're a hero because you don't have to give out the pick. I mean, I'm missing it. Where's he at? He's on Sports Shot. Is that what his trick is? Must be on the Sports Shot channel. Fun guys. Anyways, for the parlay, I'm gonna go with the Giants in Game 2. I'm gonna put that with the Marlins and the Reds. Anyways, thanks to everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you.